Good morning. This is June the 7th, Friday 2024, and we are in BBIS second semester compulsory English class, where for last few days, 2 or 3, we have a student presenting. And Bigya, where are we dealing last class? The concept of face is tied closely. Okay. Come in. Which essay are we? What is the essay? Managing cultural conflict, right? Okay. I mistakenly looked into the previous essay. Okay. We are under low context, high context. This one? Okay. Now class, listen carefully to the presenter. Cooperate by listening carefully and make notes while she explains. I will try not to interrupt. Listen to her explanation carefully. You can use Malia. I'll bring the pen. And Bigya, we are being recorded, and this video might go on Facebook page, YouTube. Is it okay? Okay, go on.
The concept of face is tied closely to the need of people to have clear sense of self-respect in any social interactive situation. As a human being, we all like to be respected and feel approved in our everyday communicative behaviors. However, we manage face and how we negotiate face loss and face gain in conflict episode differ from one culture to the next. So in this passage, it explains the concept of self-respect. Everyone wants to feel respected and validated in their communication. However, the ways people handle gaining or losing the face during conflict is very across the different culture.
So the key idea in this paragraph is face loss and face gain. In our culture, for example, face is equal to prestige, social prestige. If I say I lost my face, that means I lost my social prestige. If you see me smoking, for example, I'm a teacher, right? And ideally, you don't expect me to smoke. And if you see me smoking and drinking, then you will think I'm not a good teacher. So I lose my face. I lose my prestige, right? So face is equal to prestige. And now she will talk about how in the visualistic cultures take this issue of face saving and how collectivist cultures take this issue of face saving. Let's go on. Have a louder voice if possible. And as a presenter, Bika, stay at the center of this stage. That's your place. Stay over there at the center.
Given the importance of face, the members of collectivistic cultures are highly sensitive to the effect of what they say on others. Language is a social instrument, a device for preserving and promoting social interest as much as means of transmitting information. In high context, speakers must weigh their words carefully. They know whatever they say will be scrutinized and taken to the heart. Face-to-face conversation contain many emollient expressions of respect and courtesy alongside a substantive element rich in meaning of low redundancy. Directness and especially contradiction are much disliked. It is hard for speakers in this kind of culture to deliver a blunt.
Okay, good, you read. Now, as a presenter, let me train you. As you read, fine, you attended. Your job is, can you say the key ideas here? For example, look, it says that in our culture, we always take extreme care how we speak, because we are very sensitive to the effect of our words. We are highly sensitive about the effect our words make upon other people. That's the key idea, right? And then look here. For example, when she writes that in individualist culture, for example, Americans they say things directly, right? But here in our culture, we don't. Even if we disagree, we do not express our disagreement directly, because we very much mind. मैले बोले बेला के होला, मैले भने पनि के सब पर्छ. In Nepal there is a saying, गोली बन्दुकको गोली र मुखको बोली एक फेरि निस्किएपछि पटकेर आउँदैन. त्यही भएर ख्याल गरेर बोल्नु. There is an English proverb, guard your words and they will guard you. Guard your words and they will guard you. So in Asian culture, which is collectivistic, we are very careful about the impact of the words. Just go on.
Next is P time and M time, where
So previous heading was low context and high context. Now the next heading is M time and P time. And you can know individualistic cultures are low context and collectivistic cultures are high context.
Finally, the concept of time in the conflict negotiation process also varies in accordance with the individualism and collectivism dimension. Time is a reflective of psychological and emotional environment in which the communication occurs. Time flies when two friends are enjoying themselves and having a good time. Time crawls when two enemies stare at each other and have nothing more to say to one another. Time influences the tempos and pacing of developmental sequences of conflict negotiation session. It also influences the substantive ideas that are being presented in the conflict bargaining episode.
Okay, now summarize the idea.
It means in this passage it has discussed the concept of time process differ between individualistic and collectivistic culture. So here M time means monochronic time, where the time is linear and segmented.
What is
And
monochronic time? Mono means one. Mono means
Specific.
one. Poly means many.
One.
In one sense, you can say time for individualistic culture has one meaning. What is that meaning? Clock time, mechanical time, calendar time. So American people, they follow the clock. They follow the mechanical time. They follow the calendar, written time, fixed time, rigid time. Whereas polychronic, Time has many meanings. Time is more psychological. So do you see, in our culture, even if you come 30 minutes late, nobody minds. Even if you come 10 minutes early, nobody minds. We Asians are more relaxed about time. We do not regard time as clock time. 12 बजे आउने 12 बजेको के भएको छ ठिकै छ विषय किन ढिलो आएको आज पेट दुख्यो fine, right? Netaji comes 2 hours later and you wait in your program, right? So we Asians have, let's say, more psychological time. For us, if we are happy psychologically, time flies very fast. If you are dating under a tree in a park and you have spent 5 hours and your boyfriend says, "Aba jane ki?" Then you say, "Bela bhayera." You are happy, right? You are in love and romance, you are happy. Now you are in exam and you don't know the answer. You don't know the answer. And Divakar sir comes and stands right before your desk. Now 10 seconds becomes 10 hours for you. 10 seconds becomes 10 hours for you. When psychologically you are uncomfortable, time crawls like a tortoise. When psychologically you are very happy, time runs like, what is the opposite of tortoise? Here. What do you call that animal? No. The animal opposite to tortoise. Rabbit. Right? Thank you for reminding me the word. Rabbit. So for us, time has one meaning when we are happy. Time has another meaning when we are sad. Time has one meaning when we are in campus. Time has another meaning when we are at home. Time has another meaning when we are in party. Time has another meaning when we are in a park. For them, the Americans, time has same meaning wherever you are. That is monochronic and polychronic. Monochronic means one kind of time. What is monochronic time? Clock time, mechanical time, right? Fixed time, rigid time. What is polychronic? Social time. Social time, psychological time, cultural time, which differs from person to person, place to place. Yes, go.
So Hall distinguished two patterns of the time that govern the individualistic and collectivistic cultures. Monochronic time schedule and polychronic time schedule. So according to the Hall, P time stress involvement of the people and completion of transaction rather than adherence to the preset.
Preset what? Preset schedule, I guess.
Yes. Preset schedule.
Schedule, yes.
Appointments are not taken seriously and as a consequence are frequently broken, whereas P time is treated as less tangible than M time. For polychronic people, time is seldom experienced as wasted and is apt to be considered a point rather than ribbon or a road, but that point is often scared.
Okay, go back and focus on the highlight the major points of this paragraph you read. Wonderfully read it. Now, can you please highlight, for example, look here. So, in this paragraph, the writer compares, could you click over pen sign? The writer compares P time and M time, right? The writer is comparing. Do you see? Writer is comparing. For example, look, P time. P time means collectivistic culture. P time means our culture, in our Asian culture. For example, it focuses more on people and completion of tasks rather than schedule. Look, if I give you assignment and I say submit this on Sunday, and even if you submit on Tuesday, I won't be scolding you. Okay, fine. In our culture, completing the work is more important than following the schedule. Completing, suppose you invited your friend, Plaza Coffee Khana, Garma. And you said, come at 10 o'clock. You won't be angry. He's late. You will enjoy, right? If you are American, if you didn't come by 10:05, you will go to another appointment. Right? So, individualist people focus more on finishing work on time. Collectivistic people focus less on time, more on completion. More on completion. So again repeat, collectivistic people focus more on people and the job. They focus more on people and the class. I mean, curriculum अनुसार you see, our class is moving very slow. But as a teacher, what I'm doing, I'm saying how we present is more important than whether we finish on time. Say an example. Right in this classroom, our course is moving very slow. And what is happening? Divakar sir is saying, reading carefully, understanding carefully, involving the student, explaining properly is more important than finishing on time. So, once again, for Americans, finishing on time is important. For Asians, finishing is important. And people are important. Time is not important. It can be relaxed. They can take more or less. Okay, go on. Then if you go down, see the next point here, how beautifully they explain. Look, they give examples of appointments. Appointments are not taken as seriously. एक फेरि एउटा डक्टर हार्टको डक्टर कहाँ चाहिँ जचाउनु थियो अनि अपोइन्टमेन्ट लिए अनि म गइनँ आउने पनि भनिनँ अनि त्यसको 1 महिनापछि गए जचाउनु टाइम पाएँ गएँ क्लिनिकमा छिरेर मेरो नाम हेर्दा साथ उपाध्यायजी तपाईले हैन यति तारिखमा चाहिँ बिहान 4:30 बजेको टाइम लेखाएर नआउने I became so embarrassed. The doctor remembered that I had taken his time and I didn't go there. And he said, "Ule ke bhane यस्तो फुटाइ गर्ने तपाईले टाइम दिनु मलाई अरूलाई टाइम दिइन अर्को बिरामीलाई तपाईले आउँदैन भने अब अर्को बिरामीलाई म जास्थे नि त." That doctor is individualistic. For that doctor, time is monochronic. 4:30 बजे बिहानको टाइम दिएको थियो उले बिहानै हेर्छ कि 4:30 बिहान. He begins at 4:30 in the morning. He's clinic. म जहाँ उठिन त्यो दिन गइन 1 महिनापछि गए. He reminded me आउनु पर्ने आउनु भयो. So he follows monochronic. 4:30 means 4:30. 4:30 means 4:30. आउने भनेपछि टाउको टेकेर आउनु पर्यो. Monochronic American individual culture. But I was collectivistic. I was polychronic. I thought के फरक पर्ला र. Right? Appointments are taken seriously in Western culture. Appointments are not taken seriously. अब धेरैचोटि मैले अस्पतालहरुमा अरूबाट लिन्छु लास्ट आवरमा अरू फोन आउँछ अस्ति भर्खर चिराईमा दुईचोटि भयो त्यस्तो कसरी जब टाइम ल्याएको थिएँ गइन बिर्से फोन आयो ला म त बिर्से सार्दिनु न भने सार्दिएको हुन्छ 2 दिन पछि आउनु भने look we are very flexible. Then what is the point? Appointments are broken as I give example, right? Now read further. Explain it. Can you explain it? Try. You point पहिला. Okay, go on.
P time is treated as less tangible than M time. For polychronic people, time is seldom experienced as wasted and is apt to be considered a point rather than a ribbon or road. But that point is often scared.
What is tangible? What is tangible and intangible time? What is tangible time? What is look here. Here is my mobile. And if I click, it's 8:29. It's 8, I can see this is tangible time. This is tangible time. When you calculate time without consulting watches, that is intangible. That is intangible. When you calculate time with what, that is tangible, right? So in individualistic cultures, time is what? Tangible, seen visibly. In collectivistic cultures like ours, time is not calculated by mobile and clock, right? Some people say, dialogue busy Hindi cinema Bollywood. Hero जब पहुंचता है time तभी बनता है. Time is when the hero arrives. Appropriate time is when the hero arrives. In our culture, time is when we come. Right? तपाईं त्यसै गर्नुहुन्छ नि 7 बजे क्लास हुन्छ 7:10 मा आउनुहुन्छ 15 मा आउनुहुन्छ 20 मा आउनुहुन्छ 30 मा आउनुहुन्छ नि. So for us, time is when we arrive, right? Look. We never feel that time is wasted. We make people wait. We make our friends wait, and we never think their time is wasted, right? But over there, they count time by minute, second, hour, day, year. They count time like money, like resource. And if you make them wait without reason, they will be very angry. They will file a case on you. Do you remember one country I forgot, maybe Japan. Japan का मंत्री उन्हें मीटिंग में अथवा केमा हो 5 minutes late by पूर्ण news one and he resigned. America mantris come 5 hourly and they have no regret. So we are P time. They are M time. Although these authors define Japan as P time culture. What is that? So for us, time is not wasted, right? For them, time is wasted. They consider time as a point. They consider time as a ribbon. You cut, finish, time is gone. For us, that's not the good. We are very relaxed, right? Move ahead. What is happening? Go on, explain. I want the presenter to read and summarize the points, and I go, please read. That's why I'm here.
For all Latin American, Middle Eastern, African, Asian, French and Greek cultures are representative of P-time patterns, whereas Northern European, North American and German cultures are representatives of M-time patterns.
So keep this in mind for exam also, right? Very clearly. What are the P-times? Latin America? Middle Eastern Africa? No, yes, Asia, France, Greek. What is M time? North Europe, North America, Germany. Yes, right? No.
M-time patterns appear to predominate in individualistic low-context culture, and P-time patterns appear to be predominate in group-based high-context culture.
So keep in mind these words. Look here, very well. Look here. M time goes with individualistic culture. M time goes with individualistic culture, which is low context. M time, low context, individualistic. P time, high context, characteristic. I repeat, M time, low context, individualistic. P time, high context, collectivistic. Plus M time, independent self. M time, independent self. P time, dependent self. Yes.
People who follow individualistic M-time patterns usually compartmentalize time schedules to solve individualistic basic needs, and they tend to separate task-oriented time from socio-emotional time. In addition, they are more future conscious of time than centered in the present or the past. People who follow collectivistic P-time patterns tend to hold more fluid attitudes toward time schedules, and they tend to integrate task-oriented activity in socio-emotional activity. In addition,
Can you explain now? Explain what your point is.
so in low context culture, we tend to rely more on explicit communication. M-time patterns are predominant. These cultures emphasize individualistic need and often separate task-oriented time, focusing more on future than the present and
Okay, let me
past.
help you. Look, very good. Look here. In low context, individualistic cultures with M time pattern, what do they do? They compartmentalize time. That means, for example, they will look at me. 4 o'clock wake up, 5 o'clock puja, 6 o'clock college, 7 o'clock BBA class, 8 o'clock BBIS class, 9 o'clock break, 10 o'clock go to university, 12 o'clock return home. What I'm doing? I'm compartmentalizing time and I'm saying I will do this at this time, this is M time. This is in individualistic culture, this is Western culture. Right? Compartmentalizing. Fixing or looking at time as day, hour, minute, second. You compartmentalize. Year, month, week, day, hour, minute, second. You break time like this. In which culture? Individualistic culture, right? Whereas on the other hand, if you see, okay, where were we?
Sorry,
Yes, this. Where were we reading?
so माथि थियो.
No, we moved the page, I guess. We were reading some.
Sorry, यता तल नै हो.
Where did it go? Yes. So we were saying that we compartmentalize time. Right. Then look next. Schedule. We follow schedule. I mean, individual cultures follow schedule. And remember, next thing they say, look, task-oriented time versus socio-emotional time. What is task-oriented time? They separate time for job versus time for home. Task-oriented time is time when I do work and time when I participate in social activities, right? They separate. Then for them, time is more future-oriented. They want to finish a lot of time with work within short time because they are future-oriented. We are past-oriented. We are past-oriented, right? Then look here. Now this was individualistic culture with M time. Now come to opposite next P time, collectivistic culture. And what do you see? Their patterns are fluid. Look, the class starts at 7, you can come at 7:10. The meeting starts at 8 and people come even after 9. Have you seen meeting? हामी पहिला मिटिङमा बस्नु अनि म टाइममा जाने. अनि टाइममा जाने मान्छेलाई पनिसमेन्ट. किनभने सबै नै आछ मिटिङ सुरु हुँदैन. अनि सबभन्दा ठुलो मान्छे जो छ नेपाली कल्चरमा सबभन्दा पछाडि हुन्छ. हामी कहाँ हेरेछ भाषण हुने नेताहरू बोल्दाखेरि सबभन्दा सुरुमा जुनियर मान्छे बोल्छ नेता. सबभन्दा ठुलो नेता कति बेला बोल्छ? लास्ट. किन? अडियन्सलाई सुरुमै ठुलो नेता बोल्ने मान्छे हिँड्छ नि त्यहाँ रोक्नलाई. So in Asian cultures, time is fluid. It is not mechanical, right? And then integrate task-oriented activity and socio-emotional activity. See, in our culture, we don't know when we are at job and we don't know when we are at home. We bring home issue in the office and we take office issue at home. We mix it together, right? Then, look, as we are more past and present conscious and they are more future conscious, right? Okay, already part of
Members of individualistic M-time cultures tend to view time as something that can be possessed, drained and wasted, while members of the collectivistic P-time cultures tend to view time as more contextually based and relationally oriented. For individualistic M-time people, conflict should be contained, controlled, and managed effectively within certain frames.
होइन उहाँ चाहिँ त्यो बिजी हुनुहुन्थ्यो अनि उहाँले अरू के गर्नु पर्दैन टन्न काम गर्नुपर्छ गो
For individualistic M-time people, conflicts should be contained, controlled, and managed effectively within certain frames or within certain present schedules. For collectivistic P-time people, the clock time is resolving conflict is not as important as it's taking the time to really know the parties who are involved in the dispute. For P-time individuals, the time spent in synchronizing the implicit interactional rhythms between people is much more important than any preset objective timetable.
Now, can you explain what he's saying? You see, in this paragraph, the writer is comparing M time and, I guess, P time, right?
Yes.
Comparing M time and P time. So, what do they say? So, M time cultures view time something that can be possessed. You can save time by doing fast. You can control time. For them, they have a clock. For example, they have a calendar. Have you seen Western people are basically mobile? You have calendar and you have appointments and there you set reminder. You set reminder and your mobile vibrates when the time comes and you start doing the time. So what is happening? You are controlling time. How are you controlling time? By following the time strictly. How do you control time? By doing things on time. By doing things on time. Then drain. Look, time can be completely consumed. For example, if you finish all the tasks within given time, it's drained. Then wasted. Now, if you cannot finish the job within the set time, your time is wasted. Suppose you were given to finish this lesson in 2 hours and you took 3 hours. Now, for American, it is a waste of time. If I said do it in 2 hours, you must do it in 2 hours. That's why American professors have deadlines. म कहिलेकाहीँ सरलाई फोन गर्छु अनि राति 12 बजे 1 बजे अनलाइन देख्छु फोन गर्छु किन नसुतेको भोलि पेपर बुझाउनु छ पुरा अनि के भयो सुत्नु पर्सि बुझायो नि त मारिहाल्छ नि यहाँ त कहाँ हुन्छ भोलि भने भोलि tomorrow means tomorrow not day after tomorrow right हामी कहाँ sir I couldn't finish can I give next week okay fine right then look here now this is about P time now look about M time P time cultures view time as more contextually based. Now look, time goes very slow if I am at Aryaghat. Time goes very fast if I am in a party, for example. For our culture, time has different meaning in different context. If I am doing puja, nobody should disturb me. Nobody should make me a call. Nobody should call me. It's my time. 1 hour, I won't meet anybody. If I am at a funeral, time has one meaning. If I am in class, time has another meaning. Time has different senses in different contexts in our culture. For them, time has same meaning wherever you are. For them, time is clock time. Time is clock time. Then look here. Okay. Relationally oriented. Look here. For them, time is more important. For us, the relation is more important. यो नानीलाई मैले काम दिएँ भोलि गरेर दियो भने उसले भोलि गर्न सकेन सर म हिजो यस्तो इमर्जेन्सी पऱ्यो घरमा आउन आएँ सर गर्नुपर्ने भयो बजेट पढ्न पाइन्छ भन्यो अब अमेरिकन भाइले के गर्छ उसलाई ग्रेडको सोध काट्छ टाइममा गर्ने हामी के गर्छौँ अब मलाई के हुन्छ भन्नु उसलाई मैले गाली गरेँ कहाँहरू मसँग सक्छु ती मान्छे अब मैले के गर्छु यो नानी नरिसाओस् भनेर कति त भोलि गर्दै बस्छु अब मैले के गरेँ मेन्टेनिङ गुड रिलेसन between the teacher and student became more important than finishing it on time. Just me or I felt like that, right? I felt maybe the surrounding is sadly very warm and humid. And he was like, I know, he said it wasn't a problem. म बोल्या भरि नै नलाग्यो भने त होइन यो त सुनेको छ नि त इट्स भेरी डिफिकल्ट आई नो म त्यहाँ भरि जान्छु इफ आई वाज देयर आई फिल स्लिपी मेबी बिकज आई एम नट इन्भल्भिङ यु यु आर प्यासिभ सो मेबी यु आर फिलिङ द्याट लेजी इन्भल्भमेन्ट त्यस्तो छ इन्भल्भमेन्ट छैन इट्स मेबी इट्स माई फल्ट सो वाट द पोइन्ट अहिले के भयो उसलाई मैले इन्टरभ्यू गरेँ नि उयो स्ट्रगल भयो कि रिसार्ट अहिले के गर्छ द रिलेसन बिट्विन दिस स्टुडेन्ट and this teacher may be bad. But if I'm American, I won't mind. If I'm Asian, repairing this relation is very important. Because for an Asian, finishing work is less important, or let's say on time. Maintaining relation is more. I will give you extra time if it makes you feel good. But I won't press you to do it on time if it makes you feel bad. Then what is next? Look here. So, okay. Clock time. Look. For P-time people, solving conflict is less important. Sorry. Solving conflict is more important. Following time is less important. Right? Then, okay, further read. Interaction is more important. How I deal with you, how I talk with you, how I interact is more important. How I do things is more important than when I finish things. Right? Then what else? Okay, that's all. Move ahead. Scroll.
In some individualistic cultures, people typically practice identity-based values, whereas low-context direct interaction and M-time negotiation schedules. In collectivistic cultures, people typically treasure we identity-based value, high-context indirect interaction, and P-time negotiation rhythms.
Explain your point. You should focus on this one. What is this? Look, in individualist cultures, they have I identity based. What is that? I am more important. My concerns are more important. My time is more important. My value is higher than your value, right? Whereas collectivist cultures have what? Identity? We identity values. Your interest is first than my interest. Group task is more important. Group interest, group job, group responsibility is more important than. As a result, collectivistic people focus more on maintaining relationship. Individualistic people focus more on doing things on time. Okay? Yes, go on. Finished? Give me 6 minutes with you? Okay. So, actually let's wrap up before she goes out. Let's remind the class. I mean, class. So what we are going to do, we will show you what things we presented right now, quickly. So we were presenting on cultural variability perspective, right? Let me use this space for you. Okay. So we were talking about cultural variability. Can I get the mic? You can take this. I'll explain. Okay. We were in the section cultural variability perspective, and we said that there we talked about cultural continuum cultural continuum, and we said that there are individualistic cultures and there are collectivistic cultures. And then we drew a line, right? And we compared, right? And we said that USA can be a typical example of individualist culture, and Asians like Japan can be a typical, how do you erase it? How do you erase? Okay, we said that Asian cultures are collectivistic, right? What does it mean? This category is based on how we view the self. For example, in American culture, the self is independent. In Asian culture, the self is interdependent, right? Then, after these concepts, okay, we talked about individualism and collectivism value tendencies. Individualism and collectivism value tendencies. For example, we said that individualist cultures give priority to individual needs over group needs. Collectivist cultures give priority to group needs over individual needs. Then, after this, we read about low context and high context. Low context and high context. And we said that individualistic cultures are low context, collectivistic cultures are high context. And when we say low context, we mean low context cultures use more verbal message. High context cultures use more non-verbal message. Right? High context. Context means who is listening, who is speaking, who else is present, where are we talking, how is the atmosphere, how is the feeling, right? Then we talked about high context and low context cultures, and then we moved on to M time and P time, right? And we said that individualistic, independent, low context cultures have M time. I repeat, individualistic, low context cultures with independent concept of the self, they follow monochronic time. Whereas collectivistic, high context with the concept of self as interconnected, they follow P time. And we said M time is mechanical time, clock time, rigid time, compartmentalized time, time counted in year, month, week, day, hour, second, minute. M time. Whereas P time is social time, psychological time, where you don't follow the clock, where you don't follow the calendar. In P time, time is when you finish. When you arrive, that is your right time. Right? Then, after M time and P time concepts, we finish, right? I guess. So, give Bigya a big hand. I know it's difficult to present as a student. I know it's very challenging to come here to explain. I know it's very difficult to act like a teacher, right? But I wanted to encourage you, and I helped Bigya. We did it together. Now I request Bigya, you write a reflection on this presentation 3-4 days, and in your reflection write how I helped you, where I could not help you. You write how you feel. Judge me as a teacher. Judge me as a teacher. And give me some suggestions how I can help a student better next time. So guide me to teach better by writing, offering a written feedback. Offer me a written feedback on the presentation you made. And in your feedback, also reflect on your weaknesses. Write what you could do. Write what you could not do. Write what you wish you could do. Write what you wish you had not done. Write what you wish Divakar sir had done. Write what you wish Divakar sir had not done. Write what you would suggest Divakar sir to do in the next year when I teach next batch. Okay? And give me this feedback on Sunday. A written feedback, 2-3 pages, and you don't need your name there. You can avoid writing a name, but be very honest in your feedback. Be very honest. Don't speak your heart. Okay? Thank you. Thank you, everyone. We stop here for today. Thank you.